Welcome, the anointed ones. You have arrived at this moment through divine orchestration. This message has reached you precisely when your spirit needed it most. As you absorb these words, feel the profound significance of this encounter. You are being called to awaken to your true identity and understand why your journey has been so distinctly different from those around you. You are not here by mere coincidence. You are here because you have been selected by the divine for a sacred mission. You are among the rare souls, marked with a holy purpose, navigating a reality that seldom comprehends your essence. Today, you will uncover a truth that will catalyze a profound spiritual transformation within you. Chosen one, you have always sensed it, that deep inner knowing, that persistent whisper in your soul telling you that you are fundamentally different. From your earliest memories, you've recognized the invisible barrier separating you from the majority. No matter how earnestly you attempted to assimilate, something consistently held you apart, distinguished you from the rest. You've experienced the ache of separation, the weight of solitude, the spiritual yearning that no one in your vicinity seemed capable of understanding. But what if I revealed to you that this was never a burden but a divine calling? What if I told you that you were never intended to disappear into the masses because you were always destined to transcend them? This revelation is your key. It will illuminate why you, as a chosen one, cannot be surrounded by multitudes, and why this truth serves as your spiritual armor rather than your weakness. As the world becomes increasingly chaotic and entangled in confusion, your path grows clearer, your mission sharper. The divine has always safeguarded you by setting you apart, by limiting who can approach your energy, by allowing you to feel the sting of isolation so you would be compelled to journey inward. This is the sacred architecture of your destiny, and today we will explore it together. Being a chosen one transcends mere title. It represents a divine appointment, an awakening of your consciousness to a higher calling and deeper understanding of your authentic self. With this appointment comes tremendous responsibility. You carry a frequency that is extraordinary. You vibrate at a level that many cannot fathom, and because of this, you will discover that being around large groups begins to feel like an overwhelming tempest pressing against your spirit. Have you noticed how entering a crowded space instantly drains you or makes you feel displaced, as if the very atmosphere becomes too dense to breathe? This is not coincidence. This is spiritual sensitivity at work, warning you and protecting you. Chosen one, you are the beacon in the darkness, the steady flame in a world of turbulent winds. Those around you often cannot perceive your radiance because they have yet to awaken to their own light. Unknowingly, they may attempt to draw you into their confusion, their chaos, their spiritual slumber. But you were never meant to sleep among them. You were called to remain conscious. Because you are awake in a sleeping world, the divine has established certain boundaries around your journey, not to restrict you, but to preserve your essence. This message will resonate profoundly with your soul because this is not merely information. This is confirmation of what you've always known. You've wondered why being around too many people feels so draining, so unsettling. You've questioned yourself, wondered if something was wrong with you. Let me declare with absolute certainty, nothing is wrong with you. You are a chosen one set apart for divine purpose. The reason you cannot be around multitudes is not because you are antisocial or cold-hearted. It's because your energy is sacred, and the divine is guarding it vigilantly. Before we delve deeper, pause and feel this truth in your heart. Notice how your spirit responds to these words. This is your awakening moment. If this resonates with you, if you feel that stirring in your spirit, comment, awaken below. Let me know you are receiving this message, and let the world know that the chosen ones are rising. Chosen one, let us now explore who you truly are at the deepest level. You've heard this term before, but do you fully comprehend what it means to be marked and chosen by the divine? This is not a superficial label or ego-inflating title. This is a sacred ordination. To be a chosen one means walking an ancient, sacred path filled with purpose, responsibility, and spiritual weight. You are not ordinary and never were. Even before your birth, your soul's blueprint was written differently. The Creator designed you as a vessel, a messenger, a warrior who would bridge the seen and unseen realms. Many people walk this earth unaware, lost in material illusions. But you, chosen one, have been granted spiritual sight. You can see through the veils that blind others. You can sense the energies, intentions, and unspoken truths lingering in the spaces around you. This heightened awareness is both a gift and a weighty responsibility. Your soul was designed to detect what others cannot, to sense approaching storms before they form, and to stand as a lighthouse when darkness falls. From early childhood, you may have noticed your difference. You never quite fit the mold. You saw through deceptions when others accepted them without question. While your peers were easily swayed by trends and shallow pursuits, your spirit longed for something deeper, something real, something eternal. There were moments when you felt as if you carried an invisible weight that no one else could see, a silent burden resting on your shoulders. This was the sacred signature of the chosen ones. You are a spiritual leader, whether you recognize it yet or not. Your journey is not about blending with the masses, but about walking the narrow, often lonely road toward higher purpose. The chosen one stands in storms while others seek shelter, speaks truth when others remain silent from fear. You were marked to disturb the status quo, to challenge systems that keep souls enslaved, and to awaken those ready to rise. This role comes with spiritual warfare, opposition, and deep trials. This is why you were set apart from the beginning. Your spiritual awakening has only confirmed what you've always sensed. You were born for more. The divine has whispered to you through dreams, signs, and synchronicities. The more you awaken, the more you realize this world is not your home. You are here on assignment, a temporary traveler carrying ancient wisdom in a modern world. Your frequency is rare, your spirit refined like precious gold through adversity's fire. That is why you stand out even when trying to blend in. The light within you is undeniable and cannot be dimmed. Chosen one, let me reveal a truth many will never grasp. There exists an energetic misalignment between you and the masses, one that penetrates deep into spiritual dimensions. You are not just physically different. You vibrate at a frequency that is rare, potent, and sacred. The average person operates at a vibration conditioned by the world, shaped by fear, ego, materialism, and unconscious patterns. But you have been activated by a higher calling, and this awakening has transformed your entire energetic field. The result: a disconnect, a natural repulsion between your divine frequency and the noise of the unawakened. Have you noticed how certain rooms feel suffocating? How certain crowds feel heavy on your chest even when no words are spoken? This is the silent war your spirit faces daily when you enter environments filled with unresolved trauma, spiritual slumber, and chaotic energy. The average person is unaware of these vibrations, but you feel them like sharp winds against exposed skin. This is not imagination. This is spiritual sensitivity, your divine gift alerting you to spaces where your light meets resistance. The masses, though often well-meaning, are immersed in dense energy. The energy of fear, competition, envy, gossip, judgment, and unconscious living. Their frequencies are shaped by external influences: media, societal norms, generational curses, and unhealed wounds. But you carry a pure frequency. Your spiritual awakening has purified your field, aligning you closer to divine source and further from the matrix of illusions. When your elevated frequency collides with lower vibrations, there is friction like trying to merge oil with water. This friction is why you often feel drained after being around large groups. Your energy encounters opposition and resistance without a word being exchanged. The unconscious minds of the masses sense your light even when their conscious minds do not. To them, you may appear strange, detached, or intimidating. But deep down, their spirits recognize that you carry something different, something they cannot understand. Because the unknown often breeds fear, you may become a silent target for projection, judgment, or exclusion. This energetic misalignment is not personal, it's spiritual. Your frequency, refined through trials and divine revelations, naturally exposes what is hidden in others. You bring light into shadows, and many are not ready to confront what lies in those shadows. Your presence unsettles stagnant energy, shakes loose the masks people wear, and threatens the comfort of their illusions. Without trying, you activate dormant energies in others, making people uncomfortable, defensive, or even antagonistic. This is why you often feel misunderstood, why people sometimes withdraw without cause, or why you find yourself the subject of envy even when carrying nothing but peace. The energy you radiate cannot be hidden. It pierces facades and calls forth truth. Those not ready to awaken will resist this light, while those seeking will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. This is why your life has been marked by sudden separations, betrayals, or unexplained tension. It's not you, it's the frequency you carry. Chosen one, your isolation is no accident and no punishment. It is divine protection. The loneliness you've felt, the countless times you've wondered why you walk this path alone, are all part of a sacred design. You have been chosen by the divine, and as such, your steps are carefully ordered. The Most High has shielded you from the masses not to deprive you of companionship, but to safeguard your spirit from distractions and spiritual attacks that could compromise your mission. Isolation is the ancient pattern of chosen ones. Look to the stories of old, the prophets, sages, and seers who were called out from among the people. Before they were sent to lead, they were first sent to the wilderness. Moses wandered in the desert. Elijah hid in caves. Christ withdrew to mountains and gardens seeking solitude to commune with the divine. This is no coincidence. The wilderness, the quiet places, the solitude, these are where the Most High refines his warriors, sharpens their discernment, and strengthens their connection to him. When you are alone, you are in the sacred space where your soul can breathe freely, unclouded by the noise and confusion of the collective. Within isolation, your gifts awaken more fully. Your intuition sharpens, your vision becomes clearer. Without the chatter of the outside world drowning out God's whisper, you become deeply aligned with your divine assignment. The divine has placed you in isolation because there are things he must reveal to you in secret, away from the chaos and distractions that could dilute your purpose. Many people you've tried to hold onto were not aligned with your path. Some would have unknowingly steered you from your purpose. Others carried energies that could have entangled your spirit and blocked your ascension. Your sensitivity as a chosen one means even one wrong connection could siphon your energy and derail your spiritual growth. This is why the divine has removed certain people from your life, closed doors you desperately tried to open, and placed you in seasons of isolation. This solitude is your training ground where spiritual warriors are forged. In isolation, you are no longer under the influence of collective thinking. Instead, you are molded by divine wisdom, taught by the Most High Himself. There is power in this hidden season when no one is watching, when the noise fades away. This is where you become spiritually unshakable, where you learn to stand alone, clothed in divine armor, unwavering even in storms. Have you noticed how much more in tune you are with your spirit when alone? How in quiet moments, downloads of wisdom, visions, and prophetic insights come more clearly? That's because your isolation is an open heaven, a sacred altar where the Most High meets you without interference. In solitude, your discernment is heightened. You begin to see people and situations for what they truly are, not just what they present. The veil lifts and truth is revealed. Understand, chosen one isolation is not loneliness in the spiritual sense. Though your physical circle may be small or empty, you are surrounded by divine presence. The Most High walks with you, angels minister to you, and you are under heaven's constant watch. Many chosen ones mistake this isolation for abandonment, but the truth is you are more protected now than ever before. The world may not see you, but heaven knows your name. Chosen one, part of why you cannot be around multitudes lies in your heightened empathic sensitivity. You are not like the masses. You were born with a heart and spirit that feel everything far beyond the surface. The sensitivity you carry is not ordinary. It is spiritual, the deep, sacred ability to absorb, sense, and process the unseen emotions, thoughts, and energies around you. This sensitivity is not learned but embedded into your soul by the divine. Yet as with all sacred gifts, it comes with heavy weight. You have likely walked into a room and immediately felt the heaviness lingering in the air, the silent tensions others pretend aren't there, or the sorrow behind someone's fake smile. Others may be blind to these currents, but you are not. You are tuned into the frequency of human souls and the energies surrounding them. The energy others carry, anxiety, fear, envy, grief, anger, hits you like a wave, moving through your spirit unfiltered, often leaving you drained and overwhelmed. This is the silent burden you bear as a chosen one. You may have noticed how crowded places, noisy gatherings, and chaotic environments exhaust you far quicker than others. While others laugh, mingle, and move with ease, you are silently processing a multitude of emotions and energies that don't even belong to you. This is the empathic weight of the chosen ones. Without boundaries, you risk carrying the collective emotional baggage of those around you. This is why the divine has called you to solitude, quiet spaces, and sacred environments where your spirit can remain cleansed and protected. Your sensitivity is not random. It is a divine instrument designed to help you read spiritual landscapes and discern truth from deception. It allows you to sense others' intentions even when their words tell a different story. It equips you to protect yourself from spiritual attacks and guide those lost in darkness. Yet this level of sensitivity is also why you cannot simply dwell among multitudes without consequence. Have you noticed how people tend to come to you with their problems, wounds, and unresolved emotions, sometimes without invitation? That's because your energy is that of a healer, a vessel of light others are drawn to. They sense you carry understanding, peace, and comfort. But the danger is that without proper spiritual boundaries, you can easily absorb what they release onto you. You can walk away from conversations feeling drained, anxious, or heavy, wondering why you feel emotions that aren't even yours. This is the empath's cross to bear. As a chosen one, your heart is naturally open, compassionate, and deeply connected to the spiritual realm. But the world is not kind to open hearts. It is filled with people projecting their pain onto others, unconsciously transferring their wounds like spiritual baggage. Because your spirit is sensitive, you become a sponge for surrounding energies. The longer you remain in these draining environments, the more your own energy becomes entangled in cords never meant for you. This is why your isolation is not just divine protection but necessary maintenance for your soul. In solitude, you give yourself space to release absorbed energies and recalibrate your spirit. The Most High calls you to sacred spaces where you can reconnect with Him, purify your field, and recharge your inner light. It is in stillness that your empathic gift is strengthened, refined, and protected. Understand that this gift is powerful, but can become a weakness when left unchecked. Empathic sensitivity is double-edged without awareness. You risk being manipulated by energy vampires who feed off your light, but leave you spiritually exhausted. This is why the divine has placed such a strong calling on you to create spiritual boundaries. It is not selfish to protect your energy. It is essential for survival and fulfilling your divine mission. Chosen one, the mission you carry is unlike any other. You have been chosen by the divine to fulfill an assignment that demands precision, focus, and unwavering clarity. The purpose you carry is sacred, and your journey requires sharpness of mind and spirit that cannot be clouded by worldly noise. This is why the divine has called you to a path where distractions must be stripped away. It's not that you cannot be around people by preference, but because your assignment is too critical to risk being diluted by chaotic energies and worldly confusion. Clarity is your spiritual compass. Without it, even the most gifted chosen ones can wander aimlessly, losing sight of the path laid before them. The world is filled with noise voices pulling you left and right, tempting you to follow trends, get lost in fleeting pleasures, and blend with the collective fog. But you were not called to move with the crowd. You were called to rise above it and walk in step with divine rhythm guiding your every move. Your mission cannot afford interference. Every conversation you entertain, every room you enter, every person you connect with, these all have power to either sharpen or dull your spiritual vision. So the Most High, in His divine wisdom, has positioned you on a path where clarity comes through separation. Isolation creates the quiet where God's voice can rise above the noise, where divine instructions can be delivered without distortion, and where your spiritual discernment is strengthened. You have likely noticed how easily your energy becomes scattered when pulled into too many social circles or environments. It becomes harder to hear divine whispers when surrounded by distractions. The plans of God for your life require laser focus. Your calling is not light, it carries weight. The Most High has tasked you with breaking generational curses, healing wounded souls, and leading others out of spiritual darkness. You cannot fulfill this purpose if your vision is blurred by worldly noise. In the stillness of solitude, you begin receiving divine downloads, messages, and confirmations you would never notice in crowd chaos. While others lose themselves in noise, you are called to master the art of silence. It is in silence that the blueprint for your next move is revealed. Divine strategy is imparted into your spirit, and the Most High reveals things hidden from the masses' eyes. Distractions are one of the most effective tools the enemy uses to derail those with great missions. If the adversary cannot stop you outright, it will try to scatter your focus, surrounding you with unnecessary noise, unaligned people, and pointless engagements that rob your energy and time. But your spirit has already been marked for clarity. That's why you often feel discomfort or restlessness when involved in environments or relationships serving no higher purpose. That is the divine tugging you back into alignment. Your divine assignment requires you to see through illusions and discern truth in a world intoxicated by lies. To do this, you need clarity like a sharp sword in battle. Your mission may involve leading others, revealing hidden knowledge, or tearing down falsehoods that have kept souls in bondage. You cannot do this while surrounded by confusion. You must remain vigilant, your eyes fixed on the Most High, your ears tuned to His voice. The world will try to lure you with noise, with distractions dressed as opportunities. But remember, not every open door is from God, not every crowd is your tribe, and not every connection is meant to stay. This is why the divine has been so intentional in keeping you separated, pulling you away from people and places that could cloud your purpose. The deeper your spiritual awakening, the more necessary this clarity becomes. Think of the great spiritual warriors who walked before you. They were forged in solitude, in stillness, in quiet communion with the divine. Moses received his mission on the mountain alone. Elijah heard God's voice not in earthquake or fire, but in a still small voice. Christ withdrew to solitary places to pray before fulfilling pivotal parts of his mission. The pattern is clear. Clarity is born in isolation. Your clarity is your protection, guide, and power. When your vision is sharp, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. When your mind is clear, the enemy's traps become visible. When your heart is aligned with divine truth, your steps are ordered by heaven itself. This is why the divine insists on keeping you separate from chaos, gossip, and spiritual blindness of the masses. Your mission is too sacred to be diluted by worldly entanglements. Chosen one, there is a sacred rhythm guiding your life, a divine timing that surpasses all earthly understanding. You have been separated for a reason, and the timing of that separation is not random but divinely orchestrated. Every moment you've spent feeling like an outsider, every season of isolation you've endured, has been a direct result of God's hand moving over your life, aligning you with His perfect will. Separation is one of the highest forms of protection and preparation for chosen ones. The Most High does not operate on human timelines. While others rush, compare, and strive to force their destiny into existence, you have been placed on a divine schedule that unfolds according to heavenly design. This is why certain relationships have fallen away, why doors have closed unexpectedly, and why you've been pulled away from circles you once depended on. The divine has been pruning your path, stripping away everything and everyone who cannot journey with you into your next season. Divine timing is rarely comfortable. It does not adhere to your desires or societal expectations. You may have questioned why certain blessings seemed delayed, why you had to endure extended periods of isolation while watching others flourish in their connections and communities. But what you must understand is that your life is governed by purpose, not by fleeting worldly timelines. The Most High has hidden you because you are being prepared for something far greater than you can currently see. This separation is part of your elevation. When you are chosen, you are not called to move like everyone else. The divine removes you from places that no longer serve your spiritual growth, from people who no longer align with your energy, and from situations that could sabotage your mission. God's timing ensures you are not just prepared but fully fortified before being revealed to the world in the fullness of your purpose. Many around you operate under the illusion of control, believing they can manifest their destinies through force and manipulation. But you know better. Your life has been marked by divine interruptions, moments where plans crumbled, connections shattered, and paths shifted without warning. These were not failures. They were divine redirections, signs that heaven was intervening on your behalf, keeping you from environments that would cloud your clarity and derail your calling. Divine timing also reveals who is truly meant to walk with you. The more you elevate spiritually, the more the divine filters your circle. Those who once stood by you may fall away, and those you least expect may be sent to aid you at just the right moment. This is the mystery of being chosen by God. You do not always know the how or when, but you are called to trust in the divine orchestration behind the scenes. You have likely noticed how certain people were removed just as you were stepping into a deeper level of spiritual awakening. That is no coincidence. When you begin to rise, the divine ensures no distractions or toxic energies can accompany you into your next chapter. Some separations happen before you realize the danger. Others occur as painful endings, teaching you to surrender what no longer serves your purpose. The masses may rush ahead, but you are called to wait on the Most High. Divine timing is about preparation and alignment. The Creator is refining you, sharpening your discernment, strengthening your gifts, and cultivating your character in this hidden season. When the time is right, you will step into your role fully prepared, fully aware, and fully protected. Divine timing is also a test of faith. It stretches your patience, deepens your trust, and demands your surrender. The waiting period is not idle time. It is sacred space where you are forged in spiritual fire, where your relationship with the divine becomes unshakable, where you learn to move by faith and not by sight. The world may see you as standing still, but heaven sees you being fortified. Separation does not mean rejection, it means selection. The Most High separates His chosen ones to elevate them in due season. When you are separated from the crowd, you are positioned to hear God's voice with clarity, receive divine strategies, and cultivate wisdom needed for the path ahead. Those not spiritually aligned with your destiny will fall away, and those divinely assigned to assist you will appear at the appointed time. There is power in trusting the process. The divine is never late, never early, only perfectly on time. The pain of separation is temporary, but the fruits of divine timing are eternal. You will look back on this season and see that every delay, detour, and disconnection was a stepping stone to your elevation. When the divine finally reveals you, when He brings you into the fullness of your mission, you will understand why you had to walk alone for so long. You will see that isolation was never about punishment. It was about preparation and preservation. You will rise with power, authority, and spiritual wisdom that only solitude and divine separation could have given you. Chosen one, you have been set apart, not cast aside. You have been hidden, not forgotten. Every moment of isolation, every season of separation has been a divine investment in your growth, strength, and clarity. The Most High has been refining you in silence so that when the appointed time comes, you will move with authority, power, and purpose. You are not here to blend in, you are here to lead, to awaken, to transform. Walk boldly knowing that your path is sacred. Trust that your steps are ordered, your mission is divine, and your energy is protected. Let no one make you doubt your worth or your calling. You are chosen by the divine, and nothing in this world can change that. The separation you've experienced has been your consecration. The isolation has been your preparation. The misunderstanding has been your refinement. You carry within you a frequency that can shift atmospheres, awaken souls, and challenge systems. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Your clarity is your weapon. Your divine timing is your protection. The world needs what you carry. The masses are waiting for the light you possess. The lost are seeking the wisdom you've cultivated in solitude. But you cannot give what you have not first secured. You cannot lead where you have not first been. This is why the divine separated you, to fill you with himself, to align you with his purposes, to prepare you for the mission only you can fulfill. The loneliness was never loneliness. It was divine companionship. The silence was never emptiness. It was divine communication. You have been in training, chosen one. In the secret place, in the quiet moments, in the hidden seasons, you have been forged into who you were always meant to be. The separation is ending. The hiding is concluding. The preparation is complete. Soon you will step into the fullness of your calling. Soon you will understand why every door had to close, every relationship had to shift. Every comfortable place had to be disturbed. You are not like others because you were never meant to be. You are a chosen one, selected, separated, and soon to be revealed. Your time of hiding is becoming your time of shining. Your season of preparation is becoming your season of manifestation. Your period of waiting is becoming your moment of walking in purpose. Stand tall, chosen one. Your destiny awaits. Your mission is calling. Your people are looking for you. And the divine who chose you will equip you, guide you, and empower you every step of the way. You are set apart because you are set above. You are different because you are divine. You are alone because you are anointed, and soon all will understand why you had to walk this path. The chosen ones are rising. The appointed time is here. Your moment has come. Walk boldly into your destiny, knowing that you carry the approval of heaven, the power of the divine, and the purpose that can change the world. You are chosen, you are ready, you are sent. If this message resonated with your spirit, comment "Ready" below. Let it be known that the chosen ones are awakening and rising to fulfill their divine assignments. Share this message with those who need to hear it. Subscribe to stay connected as we continue to explore the sacred path of the chosen ones. Remember, you were set apart because you were set above. Your journey continues, and your greatest chapters are yet to be written.